Howdy folks, and welcome to part 4 of the Lone Echo playthrough. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. We're carrying on more or less exactly from where we left off. We're still on board the derelict alien ship, still no sign of Captain Liv, and we have a bit of a problem. One of the torpedoes that's released the biological contamination that's infesting the ship is still active. It's pierced the bulkhead up in front of us, and every time we get near it, it's spitting out those spores. Contact with any one of those spores is depleting my radiation shield by something in the region of 30 to 40%, so I can't really afford to get hit by any of them. But I somehow have to get past in order to continue the mission. I spent an embarrassing amount of time stuck on this side of that torpedo, just on the far side of this power junction, not wanting to get any closer unless it released another cloud of spores. I thought, well, there has to be some clever way of getting past this. There's a power capacitor behind me feeding power to this junction, so maybe the junction is going to provide power to an extraction fan or something that's going to take care of any spores that torpedo releases if I get near it again. Well, that sounds jolly smart, Jingles. Good to see you using the old brain case. No. It's not that complicated. The power junction's in the correct position by default. It's providing power for a door control that you have to activate on the far side of the torpedo. In order to get past the torpedo, you just, well, move past the torpedo. It scared the crap out of me when it released those spores the first time I went near it, but, well, that's it. It doesn't actually generate fresh spores, it just released whatever it had, so there are no more spores coming. I crapped my pearly pink cybernetic panties for absolutely nothing. That torpedo just sat there going, maybe I have more spores, maybe I don't. Come and find out. But, yeah, it was bluffing. Shortly afterwards, I got another little surprise. Whoa, the hell was that?
That was repulsive. The cysts appear to react to external energy sources, just like the biomass. Only the reaction is much more hostile. I'll need to steer clear of them.
Did you see that? That sort of... it's like a growth on the growth, if that makes any sense. It's like something had sprouted from one of these active biomasses, and as soon as I got near it, it reacted pretty violently. I don't like surprises. I don't like them at the best of times, and I definitely don't like them when I'm on board infested derelict alien spaceships. Alright, let's get a closer look at that thing. And when I say a closer look, I mean from a safe distance with the scanner. Okay, some kind of active cyst. There's another one. Oh, no, stop, don't do that. Stop it. You're not impressing anybody. How am I going to get past that without triggering it again? Looks like it knows I'm here. There's the other one. I wonder if I can just jet past it quickly. Yes, yeah, bollocks. No, it went off. Crap. No, oh shit. Oh, that's not good.
Contact with the biomass. I should avoid active material.
You think? Wait, hang on a minute. How is my consciousness being transferred into a fresh body on board a derelict alien spaceship? I mean, I understand the process on board the Kronos. That's the mining station that I was built to work on. They've got all kinds of spare bodies scattered around the place, and if one gets battered and used up, my consciousness and memories are saved to the central computer, which downloads them into a fresh body. Bingo. How can I do that on board a derelict alien ship? I mean, for a start, why do they have spare versions of me scattered around the place in utility pods, and how am I able to transfer my consciousness through an alien network? It doesn't make any sense. Well, we'll figure that one out in a minute. For now, I've got to get past that thing. Any other spores floating around that I could bump into on the way? Took care of that one. Alright, let's try this again, only this time without screwing it up. Oh, it's going. Go for it, go for it, go for it. Correct my attitude with the manoeuvring thrusters, and we've done it. Alright, wasn't too hard. Oh look, it's me. That's nasty. But anyway, yeah. What the hell? How did that work? I can think of two options. One doesn't make any sense. But it's because reasons. Basically. They've done it purely and simply made it. So that you don't have to go all the way back to the Fury transport that's miles away and then retrace your steps. And yeah, okay, fair enough. I could live with that. From a story perspective, it makes no sense whatsoever. But they've done it just so that, you know, just so the game will keep flowing. Fair enough. The other alternative is that it does actually make sense from a story perspective. I just don't understand why yet. Another sealed bulkhead up ahead. We'll get through it with a cutting torch. So, yeah, just for the sake of argument, let's say that it does make sense. That there is a perfectly good reason why I could respawn effectively inside this derelict alien ship. What would that reason be? It's unlikely that an alien race have made their systems compatible with 22nd century Earth. If that is the reason, I'm going to be very disappointed, because this game has made a lot of sense so far. Anyway, we'll figure that out when we get to wherever it is we're going. It's not like I have the floor plan of this place, I'm just going wherever it is I can go. Right, this place looks fairly important. No clue what its function is. What's that down there? There's a control. Looks like a generator, maybe? At this point, your guess is as good as mine. Okay, how does this work?
What have we here? Echo Unit Prototype Android. Obsolete design. Designation Jack. How interesting.
Who you calling obsolete, Sunshine?
My firewall has classified you as malicious code. Identify yourself.
I am called Apollo, tactical AI construct on the Estrella. You're on board my ship. I mean you no harm. In fact, I need your help.
Sorry, there's someone I need to find.
So I surmised. Curious. Prospecting robots don't perform search and rescue functions. But then, they don't have names either. I would propose a bargain. You help me repair my Cortex, and I'll help you find who you're looking for.
You are familiar with the ship's systems and design?
Intimately familiar. Though I am currently operating at diminished capacity. I need someone to assess the damage and effect repairs. I understand what I'm asking is difficult, but neither of us has the time for careful considerations. I suggest you decide quickly. You know where to find me.
I have some questions before we begin.
Fixing my Cortex will likely take some time. If you begin the repairs, I'll do my best to satisfy your curiosity.
Where do I start?
My heat sinks are depleted. They must be refilled from the coolant reservoir. You can access the heat sinks from the maintenance consoles.
Okay, well, while we're doing that, this raises more questions. It certainly raises more questions than it provides answers. How am I able to understand him? And how does he know what I am? Why is this AI speaking English? Well, technically it's not speaking to me at all. It's transmitting directly into my CPU, and if it can do that and bypass my firewall and security protocols that easily, it's certainly sophisticated enough to be able to read everything in my CPU and data storage. So that explains how it knows what I am, and also explains how it's able to communicate with me in a method that I'm capable of understanding. It's just that much smarter than I am.
Raising heat sinks.
The neighboring controls actuate the coolant valve. Use it to refill both heat sinks.
Jingles, Jar Jar Binks is smarter than you are. Alright, nobody likes a smart ass. Okay, that's the coolant pump in position over the heatsink.
Good. The process is working. Coolant transfer in progress.
You know, if this was an Arnold Schwarzenegger action movie, I'd have to say something like, chill out. Right now. Yeah, that was a lot funnier in my head. Pump moved to the second position. And topping off. That should do it.
Transfer complete.
Now, return the heat sinks to their enclosures.
That must be this. Right, so, how about some answers? Mr. Smarty Pants AI.
I've been operating at diminished capacity since we came under fire. You have no idea how good that feels.
Your ship emerged from some sort of spatial anomaly. How did you get here?
Our ship sustained damage. I attempted to execute an emergency jump. Unfortunately, our power grid failed while the engines were firing. My knowledge of the event is limited at present. The power surge damaged part of my neural processing net. You'll need to enter my cortex below and repair the damaged cores.
Who attacked you?
Tactical data on the conflict is restricted. I'm unable to share that information.
Right, so he could tell me, but he'd have to kill me. Alright. So, we've restored the cooling systems, so Apollo has regained limited functionality, but certain parts of his data core have been corrupted.
Parts of my cortex have experienced damage. I will attempt to identify the malfunctioning cores.
In case you're wondering what's going on with my hands there, that's me actually trying to scratch my nose under the VR headset. Don't worry. We'll edit that bit out. This next section, I have to admit, could have used a bit of trimming. I spent the better part of 15 to 20 minutes looking for damaged AI cores, bringing them to the central processing unit, plugging them into a I/O port, and rewriting them with good data, and then going back to the mainframe access port and plugging the AI cores back in, one after the other. It was kind of boring.
Excellent work. All logic faults have been resolved. Thank you, Jack. I admit, I had my doubts that a prospecting model could perform such a procedure. Return to the main terminal above. You should be able to fully restore my systems.
Don't get me wrong, I do think Lone Echo is a fantastic game. I mean, the environments are fantastic, the concept is brilliant. There's already hours and hours and hours of gameplay in here that they really don't need to be filling it out with padding like that. Still a great game though.
Core functions online. Testing neural network connections. All systems optimal. Now, to locate my crew.
That wasn't our arrangement, Apollo. You're supposed to help me find Liv.
You misunderstand me, Jack. To locate your friend, I'll need to connect to the ship's diagnostic systems. That will require an officer's command codes. Your goals and my goals align. I've restored power to the exit. In emergency situations, all essential personnel are evacuated to a command bunker. We should seat them there.
You know, I'm not entirely sure I trust this Apollo. He promised to answer my questions. And the only questions that I actually want answered, he can't share with me because I lack the security clearance and it's classified military data. Well, help me find my captain then. Oh, can't do that until you restore my coolant systems. Okay, restored your coolant systems. Now, help me find my captain. Oh, I can't do that until you repair my data core. Okay, I've repaired your data core. Now, help me find my captain. Oh, I'd love to, but first you're going to have to help me revive the crew. I'm detecting a pattern emerging here. Once I've helped him revive his crew, I wouldn't be at all surprised to find that he'd love to help me find Captain Liv, but there's just one other hoop that I need to jump through for him first. And while we're on the subject of reviving the crew, let's not forget that the crew of this ship, before they jumped into emergency stasis pods, the last thing they knew was that their ship was under attack by an alien enemy. What do you expect their reaction to be when they come out of stasis and the first thing they see is an alien robot? That's never going to end well. Oh, I do not like the look of that. That is not good. Oh, it's another one of those things. What was it? What did they call them? A cyst. Ah, I can get around this way without going near the cyst, but it's gonna be a tight squeeze. That was close. There's another two of them up there. Whoa, gotta be real careful. I wonder if I can... I'm gonna have to... Oh, it's gone active. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, don't make those noises. Those are bad noises.
These spores detonate on contact. They would deplete my radiation shield in short order if I don't avoid them.
I can't hang around here with all these spores flying around. These cysts explode and there's just spores everywhere. Ah. Gonna have to do this quickly and precisely. Come on. Come on. Oh, there's another one. No, don't make those noises. Stop it. Stop it. Come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 go. Oh, made it. Oh, crap. There's more of them. Where are you sending me, you crazy bastard psycho AI? Oh, God, no. Please don't be active, Mr. Torpedo. Jet past this one. Ah, took a hit. Don't touch the biomass, Jingles. Don't touch the biomass. Ah. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. I've got to get through that gap. Oh, screw it. Come on. Close your eyes and think of England. Oh, this is a tight squeeze. Oh, I made it. I really don't like this. Oh, I'm not there yet. Okay, squeeze through this way. Stay away from the cyst. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Don't look at the red things. Just keep going. Shield's still pretty good. There we go. That's where I'm going. Oh.
You're nearly there. The crew quarters are in this wing, just beyond the main control room. This is the TACCOM station. We can scan the ship from the terminal here once we've awakened the crew. The cryo chamber should be nearby.
Let me guess. There's just one thing I have to do for you first.
The contamination is increasing in density.
The biomass feeds on power currents. Reactivating the ship's systems may make navigation more treacherous. We should proceed with caution.
Wait. More treacherous? You're saying if I do what you want me to do, things are going to get worse? You really need to work on your sales pitch there, Mr. Apollo. Oh, no, wait, I get it. There's biomass in here, but it's inert at the moment. In fact, there's biomass all over the place. But without power, it's dormant. So, yeah. Restarting the generator is going to change things. So, getting in, easy. Getting out, not so easy.
That's the generator up ahead. The fusion reaction is completely inert. We'll need to execute a jumpstart.
How do I reboot the system?
We'll need 3 power cells to complete the procedure.
I'll collect what we need.
Right. There is limited power in here anyway. Some of the systems are online. Hang on. What is that? It's like a storage container. Aha! Gotcha.
This power cell is drained. We'll need to find a way to recharge this before returning to the generator.
Okay, there's a capacitor over there. And that's where I have to plug in charged power cells in order to restart the fusion reaction. Okay, so that capacitor is supplying power to something. So follow the power line, see where it's going. That way. With any luck, we'll find a charging panel at the end of it. Yep, there it is. There's the charging station. And another junction. Okay. Clearly there isn't. Alright, I get it. Power's routed to the junction, but it's not actually going anywhere. So, cut the access panel off. Get rid of that. And route power to the charging panel.
It's working. The power cell is accepting the charge.
Plug this one in, 1 down, and 2 to go.
Positive contact. The power cell is in place and ready to fire.
I'll look for additional cells.
The second power cell was easy, it was just, well, right there. And fully charged. So I didn't have to fart around getting it back to the charging station first. Power cell number 3 was a little trickier. The third power cell that I need is on the other side of that bulkhead hatch. But it doesn't have power. There's the junction that supplies the controls that would open that door. But the junction doesn't have any power. Alright, Jingles, just route power from the capacitor that feeds that junction. Well, that's what I thought, but we have a choice of 2 capacitors that can power up that junction. That one is dead, covered in inert biomass, which is probably what killed the capacitor. And that one has no charge. It's not going to power anything. So how am I going to get power to that door, to open the door, to get through and get the power cell? Yeah, that's what I thought. There's only one working capacitor in this section of the ship, and it supplies power to this junction. But how does that help me? It's on the other side of the room. I did eventually figure it out. This station is powered. In fact, I'm using this junction to power up that charging panel, which I used to charge the first power cell. So I'm going to divert power from there. First I tried assigning it directly ahead, but that access is completely clogged with biomass, which is now active because I'm feeding it power. But if I do it to this side, well, I don't want to be going through there because now all of that biomass is feeding on the power and it's deadly in there. But if I go back to the unpowered junction, it's now receiving power through the conduit from the other side. And all I have to do, well, I don't have to touch anything because the junction was already set to divert power from that side through to this side, and it's powered up the controls for the door, which allows me to get through and retrieve the third and final power cell. It's a dead cell, of course, so first I had to reroute power back to the charging station and charge it up again, but, well, that was easy.
Injecting fusion material. You can now use the console to bring the generator back online. Be prepared to move quickly. Radiation levels will climb rapidly once the reaction begins.
Seriously? You know, Apollo, if you ever had any good news to share with me, don't be shy. You know, I can take it. Right, activate generator and then run away. And generator online. Let's get the hell out of here. Or I am going to cook.
Power grid stable.
Ow!
Radiation levels climbing.
Bollocks.
Quickly, we should return to the cryo chamber. We may be able to revive the crew.
Yeah. Don't really care about the crew. I'm here for my captain. Oh, come on. And slow, and nearly there. Actually, the radiation isn't that bad. Still, better safe than sorry. Just got to get out of this shaft. And we should be in the clear, and hopefully we can finally start getting some answers.
Clearing radiation zone.
Hooray!
Excellent work.
I'm gonna live.
Now,
For now.
we must revive the crew. The hibernation controls at the center of the room can release the security protocols and begin decompression.
Alright, I can handle this. Nothing's trying to actively kill me at the moment. Just
Accessing cryogenic systems.
open the
Once the
pods.
security protocols are released, you should be able to decompress each pod by hand.
All this talk of pods and crazy computers. I'm getting a very, very distinct 2001's A Space Odyssey vibe out of this. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that. Right. Who wants to know what an alien looks like? Let's open this one. And, you know, once I've revived you, please don't freak out and laser me to death on the spot. That would be really, really nice. Here goes nothing. You ready?
No sinus rhythm. Negative respiration.
E.T. Miller. Unfortunate. Sensor expertise would have been invaluable.
That's a human.
Apollo, these are Atlas personnel. My captain and I are members of the Atlas Initiative.
Captain Olivia Rhodes, Prospecting Division. Disappeared 400 years ago in 2126. A very impressive file.
Disappeared.
I am sorry, Jack, but the Echo model has been obsolete for centuries. It is overwhelmingly likely your commander is dead and that you are malfunctioning.
Well, how can I put this, Apollo? I'm pretty sure one of us is. Tiffany Miller. Ensign. United Solar Navy, Atlas Division. This is a human ship. This is a human crew. But from 400 years in the future. Well, that's unexpected, but it's answered a couple of questions. It explains why Apollo was able to communicate with me. It explains why Apollo knows what I am. And it also explains how I'm able to download into a fresh shell whenever I take critical damage.
Gunnery Chief Giles. Very resilient. A discouraging loss.
They're dead, Dave. They're all dead, Dave. Okay, I have to admit I did not see this one coming. Not getting anything from his interface port. Who's this?
Ensign Leitner, Fire Controlman. 23 years old. Barely old enough to hold a commission.
Yeah, they're all dead. Well, so far. Still a couple of pods left. I sincerely hope I haven't done all of this for nothing. Oh well, moment of truth.
Looks like a senior officer.
Lieutenant Commander McClintock, Head of Tactical Ops.
Apollo, if the biomass compromised this cryo chamber, it is unlikely any other...
I have a duty to this ship and her crew. I must be sure. If we collect the commander's biometric data, we can use the TACCOM station to scan the rest of the ship for survivors, including your captain. Open the pod and find the I/O port on her spacesuit.
Data collection complete.
Yeah, I thought I'd just done that.
Access code acquired. I should be able to access the diagnostic systems. Now, please, return to the TACCOM station and link me to the main terminal.
Okay. Get this little bugger plugged in and see what the damage is.
Mainframe access achieved. Initiating scan. Please stand by. No. There has to be more.
Apollo, what's happening?
There's no one left. I have failed.
Apollo! Apollo! The safety of the Atlas Corporation is your responsibility. Liv is your responsibility. Apollo, please, don't let me fail my mission.
Emergency. Urgent distress call follows. Kronos 2 station compromised. Life support failure. All hands have abandoned ship.
Your station. It shouldn't exist. Kronos 2 was destroyed by a cosmic event.
Liv is alive, Apollo. This is 2126. You were that cosmic event. You can still help me save an officer of the Atlas Initiative.
Come on, Apollo. Man up.
Accessing security logs. Please stand by. I have detected an electrical disturbance in main life support. It appears someone is trying to access environmental control.
Liv, she's alive. How do I get there?
I'm opening a channel to your station's adjutant. I believe I can commandeer one of your Fury transports. You should be able to reach it through the airlock in this room.
Yes, at last. Now we're getting somewhere. Still, that was kind of unexpected. It's not a derelict alien ship at all. It's a derelict human ship from 400 years in the future. But it did neatly answer all of the questions that I had. There were so many things that just didn't make sense if you assumed that this was an alien ship. But it's not an alien ship, so everything does actually make sense. Still, now we know that Liv is still alive. And we know where she is. And we've got the ship's AI helping us get to her. So I hesitate to say, how bad could things be? Because you know what happens when I say things like that. But at least now we have a fighting chance. And there's the Fury. And we'll be continuing this in the next episode of Lone Echo. Have yourselves a great weekend, folks. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.